Hello.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing this afternoon? What's up, Christina Bell, Southern, Her Normal, and everybody else in the chat? How's it going? Patty, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm perfect. I'm just starting a brand new day, and gotta love it. What's up, Diana? How's it going?
Hey, Diana. Hey, Christina. Southern Paranormal TV. Hey. You doing?
But yeah, no, I mean it's perfect day today. Like, I think after this, I'll probably go for a walk or something, enjoy the weather outside. I mean, it's been a crazy week, just trying to get myself, centered again and stuff like that. I think I need to go enjoy, you know, the trees and the weather out there. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what
For
made you
those
get
of
into the
you who,
paranormal?
oh,
Sorry.
wait, Hawk Paranormal is
Hawk,
in the
dude.
house. Hey, man, how you doing? Um, yeah, for those of you who don't know me and don't know my channel, I, I do a little bit of everything on my channel for right now, but I'm gearing more towards the paranormal side. Um, I do plan on having a couple of paranormal investigations in either October or November. And also, I am partially deaf, partially blind. So I do have that. My channel in the past talks about motivation, being deaf blind per se. No, I'm not fully deaf, fully blind, but to talk about people with disabilities and all that. And then also I talked about motivation, a little bit of vlogging, and now it's more doing more towards paranormal
Fable
investigation.
is a different story. First week is coming out. You can't stop doing that.
Now, what made you start doing the paranormal? Did you experience
I know
anything
they fixed the schedule, so
different or in your life?
You're echoing, yes.
I don't
Jax,
know
you're
if mine
echoing.
stayed the same or what.
You're echoing, Jax.
Because I'm already at
Hey, Hensley.
26.37 hours.
Hey, Hensley. How's it going? Hey,
Hey,
Maria.
Maria.
Come on.
Can't see chat.
No, you're echoing.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I bounced off. I'm bounced back. Say hi in chat.
Hey, Laura.
Okay,
Hey, Laura. So, anyway,
Laura.
You have your hair tight?
Jack. Oh, are you echoing? There we go.
Okay.
So, anyway, I've had paranormal experiences. Hey, cute goth girl.
Hey, girl.
I have had paranormal experiences happen all my life. And I never shared my story with anybody, so I kind of wanted to film what I experienced because it's happened all throughout my life. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Hensley. Yeah, it was cool. It was a good feeling. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Oh.
Yeah, it just took me forever, but damn.
All right.
I'm like, God damn it. But, slow and steady wins the race. So yeah, just, I've had experiences growing up, and I've had spirits follow me throughout my entire life. I have spirit guides. I am sensitive, clairvoyant. And what's interesting is when I was younger, I used to see more spirits, but now I'm back in the paranormal again. I'm starting to see them a lot more again, and feel them and feel the energy. I don't really see ghosts per se what they look like,
Mm.
but I can like somehow pinpoint exactly where they are. Like I can feel their energy. I remember one time there was I went to um, I went to western part of Mass, and me and my then friends were staying at a friend's cottage in western Mass. And she has cancer. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but um, I went into one of her bedrooms and I stopped right in the doorway. It was like this
Mm.
ball. Whatever it was did not want me in there. And I looked in a
Mm.
corner, kind of where the mirror is, where the mirror had, it was just right there in the corner. I looked at it, and for some reason, it just kind of just stopped me like right in their track, my track.
Wow.
And hey, Sandra,
Hey, Sandra.
and I was like, oh, this is weird. And I went to bed, and I swear to God, that shadow just followed me. And I knew it was there, and I was like, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. You know, Patty needs a beauty sleep. So, so yeah, I and you know, I do like it's weird because spirits like to come to me more in my dreams, and they'll let me know something or like honestly, it's scary because sometimes my dreams can predict my own future or somebody else's future, or you know, whether it be death or it be something's going to happen or event is going to happen. I had a dream about the Twin Towers when I was 14, no, when I was 10 years old, and I didn't even know it was going to happen until years later. Um, I get a lot of freaky things that happen to me, and you know, a lot of people be like, "Oh, you're crazy." No, I'm not. You know, no. It's like even my family knows, and they laugh with me, be like, "I hope you didn't have a dream about me because if I dream about them, something bad is gonna happen." And they're like,
Wow.
"You didn't dream about me. Did you? Don't dream about me." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Right. Well, it's in your dreams. Like, did they actually talk to you, or is it just
Um,
telepathically?
sometimes it's like an event occurring, or another weird thing. Me and my mom have shared the same dream one time, and
Mm.
people in my family, like me, my mom, my nana, we experienced the same thing. And it's really freaky, and we're like, what the hell? Okay, sure. So, oh yeah.
Um. When you say like, what was I saying?
Hey, Sandra. Hey, Ace. Who else? Who else? Hey, Laura.
Okay, so in your dreams when they show you your future or something else that's gonna happen, is this sort of like a movie playing out?
Kind of.
In that respect?
Kind of. And sometimes when I'm in a place where I dreamt about and I realize I'm in that, whether it be a building or a situation or whatever it is, it's weird. Like, I just freeze up, like, holy shit, you know, like, and then, yeah. So, and also, I've had my ancestors visit me. Um, I've had my ancestors visit me. I would go in somebody else's dream, whether it be a family member or whatever. That's freaky. It hasn't happened in a long time, but because how I know
Hey, Tommy.
because my mom was like, "Oh, you were in my dream last night." I was like, "Oh shit, I was just dreaming about you."
Can you
Like,
so you can dream walk then, right?
yeah, yeah.
How does that work for you?
I have no idea. I
Like
have no
I'm
idea.
in. Hey Mo, what's up? Hey, Ace Black
Hey, Mo.
Widow.
Hey, Tammy.
Okay, so yeah, because like they say I dream walk, but I don't even know to do that. Like, I mean, and have you ever had a
Out of
outer
body
body
experience.
experience? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah, I have.
ever? Do you know how to do that? Like, do you know
Yeah,
how
I've had
to?
that. I've had that.
Can you? I mean, can you walk me through an experience?
Um, hmm. Like I usually get them when I see what I already predicted in my dream. That's what I mean by I freeze up. It's almost like I kind of jump out of my skin a little bit, in a way, like everything just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. Oh, weird. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I'm still trying to figure out. That's why I'm in the, paranormal because, I have had experiences I can't explain. Like, if those of you who see my channel, I try to rationalize everything. And I don't like to go off and be like, oh, that's haunted, that's haunted. No, like, yes, maybe, but let's see if
Mhm.
I can figure this out. Maybe there's an explanation. But if there's no explanation, then yeah.
Well, see,
So,
because a door could be shut, like with the wind, or
mhm,
maybe you actually kick it with your foot or something. You're not even realizing it. Let's say
yeah.
you're coming back to the store, and or your fan could be going, your shirt's like waving in the background, because the
Mhm,
fan, ceiling fan. I mean, there's a lot of explanations, but sometimes there isn't. Like if you
mhm,
hear a voice and it's an extra neighbor, but your walls are thin enough, you can hear it, but not. And, you got to find the explanation and be like, is that a spirit, or is it just like
mhm,
the TV, or like your own thinking? 'Cause sometimes
mhm.
when you think out loud, you think you hear a voice. Because I've done it before. I hear my mom sometimes, or my daughter sometimes in the hallway, and they're
I
not
I
there.
hear I hear I hear
Hey, Mary.
people. There'd be nobody in the house, and just the other day, I
Yeah.
thought I heard my mom calling me. Swear to God,
Oh,
I
wow.
thought she came in the house. I was like, "Oh, hello, mom, mom," and I'm like, "Where is she?" And she's not there. And I'm like, "What the hell?" Like nobody's here. I just heard a voice.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy. Like, one time I was sitting there talking to my daughter one time, and like I hear wet footsteps. The bathroom's just right down the hall, and then you
Mm-hmm.
hear the cabinets close. And I was like, that must be something else because there's no one else here. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
understand that because with the paranormal, like when I was asking you backstage, what is what's the purpose for spirits? What are their agendas? It's just like
Mm-hmm.
we have agenda. We work, eat, take care of our kids, and so on and so on. What do you think about that?
I I I believe that
Hey,
sometimes,
Christy.
hey Christy, some people, some spirits, have unresolved issues, or they're so used to um, themselves. Like, how do I explain it? They're in their like own time loop and own sort of routine or some sort of thing.
They
So,
are.
and you're invading their space. So,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard because they lived in your time. They lived in your spot before you even came, or you were even born. So that's kind of hard for them to leave your area knowing that they died and they lived there. You know what I mean? Get what I'm saying?
mhm,
So I guess sometimes it's always good to talk to the spirit to be like, hey,
mhm,
like we still live in the same spot, but at the same time, if you're agitated or something, because right now they're going, like you said, they're going through their own loop of what happened in their life, and
mhm.
they might be living differently, how they died and stuff like that. It's also good to communicate with them, so there, you guys could be on the same page, sorta.
You wanna? I have a couple of freaky stories for you.
Okay,
So
that's right.
I was in a shoppers outlet, like outside outlet mall kind of thing, and So me and my mom like got food and we're eating in the car, something like that. I forget what it was. We were just sitting there talking, and right by here's the store. Here's the driving area, and here's the parking lot. So we're across from a car, and a shopping cart is right here, facing this way. Nobody's around it, nothing. And so what we saw right in front of us, it turned by itself. I shit you not. Go towards the car. Me and Mom are just watching this. Like,
Hey, Tony.
I'm like, Mom, are you watching this? Watch it. Because slowly, and it stops right before the car in front of us, and it turns. And we're like, you just saw that, right? I shit you not. I was like, Mom, I don't know what the hell that was. Like, we were sitting there like, like, what do we do? Like, we just saw this. Nobody's out. It's in the dead of winter. And we're like, okay, we're going to go now. So.
Wow, that's wild.
That was freaky. And Mom can attest to that. So. Yeah, exactly.
You see, it stops for them because they're in a loop. You know what I mean? Like for us, it's not. I mean,
Right.
our life is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like that's how I see it. I mean, I'm not. I mean, when you die, life ain't over. Your spirit is living, but in your own time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, at the same time,
It's weird because I believe in my Nana's house there are spirits living, not necessarily. Her house is not haunted, but it's the land, because I remember growing up as a little girl, I was always afraid to be walking outside by myself for some God knows reason why. And I'm in my 30s. I'm in my mid-30s. By the way, my birthday is Monday. And
nice.
And so I don't know why. It just feels like somebody's watching me, somebody's behind me, and it's just the freakiest thing. And oh, that's great, Southern.
That's good, Southern.
That's good. And I hear things in the house, and it's weird because my papa, he passed away when I was 5 or 6 years old in 1989. And I still hear him. Like he'll make noise like every time I come visit, and I'm still up. I hear everybody's asleep, nobody's there. I heard noises in the kitchen. Like I was just talking about him one time with my person, and so I hear somebody. I go, oh, hold on, and it's weird because it was like he was just letting me know. He said hi. He wanted to know he's there. Or could it be somebody else that's not? Or could it be my papa? I don't know. You know. So I hear noises and it gets like pots and pans and movement, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? It stopped.
Did he like to cook or something? Like,
no, he was not a cook. He was not a cook. Could be my grandmother, my great grandmother. Could be him. Could be, I don't know who it is.
Have you tried to communicate when that happens?
Oh, it's not allowed. I come from a very strong Catholic family, and if my mom found out, I did that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
I know how you feel about that.
No.
It's kind of hard sometimes, like, you know, when you have your own, what do you call it?
Spirituality.
Spirituality and and what you want to do in life and everything. You don't actually go tell your whole families of what you're doing, you know, because they're judgmental. I mean, even like the older people, you know, they're really, oh my God, don't mess with that, or else, you know, that's bad juju. You know, I'm just like, hey,
Mom,
it's my hobby.
Literally threw a Bible at me.
What? Really?
Yes. She literally threw a Bible at me. I was like, what the hell? But now it's fine. She's like, we're gonna get holy water and we're gonna spray it on you every time you come home for the investigation. I'm like, oh,
Wow. It's like, hey, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, it's just a hobby, you know? I mean, I'm being careful with that. Like, even,
yeah,
even go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, it's like, like I have my own spiritual beliefs. And it's hard when you come from a really strong Catholic family, like
Yes.
by the, like either good or bad. You don't fuck with both. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, my dad was a Pentecostal pastor, and I know what you mean about that. You know, like, I mean, we didn't talk about this kind of stuff. You know, it was not, you know, because you know how back then people lived a different way, like other than what we live. We're involved with everything, Bigfoots, aliens, or whatever. But back then, they didn't even really talk about that. All they did is work and support their families. That's it. You know. I mean, it's crazy now these days, you know, like, I mean, paranormal's everywhere. You know what I mean? You could just sit anywhere or talk to someone that's not even there and you don't even know you got the gift.
Yeah, and it took me a long time to, like, not like accept it, but like, it's like, what can I do with it?
Yeah.
You know, what can I do with my gift? Because I can't talk to anybody about it. You know, I can't talk to my friends. I can't talk. Well, my mom sometimes, but it's like I want to explore with my gift more. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know. Well, I mean, because it's hard now these days. Because if you tell someone, oh, you know, I hear spirits, or, you know, like I communicate them with spirit box, I communicate with them.
Spirits sometimes.
There's a lot of skeptics out there, and they're like, nah, that ain't real. You know, you're just losing it or something like that. It's kind of hard to open up now these days. Well, it isn't, but it is, because skeptics, like I said, you know.
Well, somebody's Laura's birthday too.
Oh wow! Happy birthday.
Yeah.
When you go in the property, tell me. Oh, did you wear any protection when you enter a haunted location?
Oh God, yeah. I want to show you.
Okay.
I have a bunch of stuff.
Okay. I'm glad I asked that. Huh? Shit. So how's everybody doing today? Tony, what's up, man? I think it's oatmeal cookies, man. For real. Next time I'll get some and I'll be like, take a picture of it, you know, put it on my Twitter. Grandma's autistic. Wow, that's cool.
So, hold on. Let me push this back a little bit more here. So, I got a little bit of everything. So, of course, I got this. My girl got me this cross here. By the way, I should put it on, by the way, because I look good on it.
Right.
It's so good. I got this guardian angel.
Let me put it up.
When like I'm scared or nervous. I usually bring this when I have my surgeries. Because I have PTSD. I've had like over 20 surgeries. That I got this when from the Vatican, Rome area.
Sweet. Was it blessed or something? Like
I don't know.
Well,
got it.
Well, Patty, you think about it like if you use salt and stuff like that or holy water. Do they bless that for you, or what's going on with that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But this is from Rome, Italy. That what else? I also bring this. I usually bring this when I go on an airplane or
Tony.
Or interview or something like that. Kind of like a good luck thing for me. And also I got these stones my girl got for me as well. I got a bunch of these. Got this.
I like that.
This one. I got
Wait, what is that stone for? Can you
I have to look it up again. I forgot.
It's okay. It's okay. You can show them. You don't got to go through all that.
Hold on. I just dropped one.
That's all right.
I'll get in a second. I got
Damn you, Jax.
the onyx, the black one. Got these.
Okay, Southern Infernal.
What?
If you guys want energies, let me know.
Oh, okay. This one. And yep, I'm pretty much loaded up on protection. So
Now, do you use like a certain prayer before you turn on any spirit box?
Yeah.
Drowsing rods, or I know definitely you don't use the Ouija board. I know that for sure.
Hell no. I will. If anybody tries
South
to
California.
There it is.
I mean, it's a
If
deal.
anyone tries to pull that out on my investigation, I will stop recording and I will leave. You know.
Yeah, no, that's some bad
I
juju right there, man. You don't mess with that kind of.
I don't mess with that shit.
I mean, you know what they say. They say
know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe, but let me do a prayer and a whole bunch of shit before I do. Before.
Yeah. Because I mean, they say having a spirit box is the same as communicating through a Ouija board. No, it's not. The Ouija board is more intense than it is the spirit box. But it's also good to have a prayer, a St. Michael's prayer thing. I think that's a good one to think. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know what y'all use out there in the chat or Patty. But before you pray, like you use the prayer when you open it up and you close it.
I have my own prayer. I do that works for me because as my family says, I have a direct line to God. So I usually do my own prayer, and if I get really nervous, I just think of my two people, my grandfather, my father's father, and my papa, my mother's father. So,
what kind of that's a good thing. What kind of equipment do you use on your investigations? Okay, Laura.
I am going to be getting more soon.
I'll be back, guys. Give me a second.
I can't find them right now. But I use a K2. I use a K2. I use Laser Grid, Necrophonic. Let's see, what is the other one I use? Ghost Hunting Spirit Box. I use the SOS. You know, it's only starting to grow with the equipment and such. So.
Now with the SOS, like a lot of people are kind of like skeptic with that because like you have like something on the wall and it makes a human.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little iffy on that because if you want a really good one, you have to spend like thousands of dollars on a really good one. I would rather use that than just the run of the mill app, you know. So
yeah. When you go on investigation, like, what do you actually look out for? Because I know it's a big question, but like, let's I know a lot of people they pay their way into a safe location, you know. But let's just say you're out and about and you see like a really spooky place. What's the one thing you look out for when you first step your foot onto that property?
No trespassing. I want to make sure there's no trespassing. I won't do that. Like, you never know, especially in Massachusetts, there are poor areas, so there might be like homeless people. I'm not just talking poor. I mean homeless people like to live there. So, and especially you live in a city, and you don't know who's creeping around up there. I don't care, but I'm definitely not one to just go in there by myself. I have to research the property. I have to call to see if somebody owns the property. I do things the right way. I don't do things the stupid way, unlike some people. Um, but
How
that's just
how about a first aid kit? I mean, like you never know what you're
yeah.
gonna step on, or
Mm,
I mean, and you also gotta communicate to your loved ones and be like, hey, I'm over
yeah,
here
exactly. Be like,
downtown,
hey,
in
I'm
this
gonna be at this
location.
place. And I never go by myself either, too. So
It's a good thing. I mean,
mm,
you never know. You never,
mm,
especially homeless people. You know what I mean? There's
mm.
nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying,
We
like
got a lot of
they
them
like
up here.
squatting. Yeah,
We got a lot of them up here.
because you never know, man. I mean, they might sneak up, and I mean, because that's their place. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's been abandoned for so long. They're like, hey, that's my house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I see that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I honestly think that with spirits, I think we always gotta respect them. In
Mm-hmm.
any way.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. I will be
yeah.
right back.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
I gotta take care of something, guys. Give me a second. But no, guys, like I mean, we always gotta respect spirits when we go on the prop on a property. I mean, it could be a homeless person. You know what I mean? Like and everything else. So I mean, living there. Second. All right. Second. Okay, but like I was saying, like I mean, we all have our moments where, man, I want to go. I want to go. Like get a thrill. Of that place, or I want to go videotape just to make up something or whatever. You can't do that. Because you never know if you go in that property and you see a spirit and you're there for a reason, then you're gonna get your experience that you want. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I always think that. Um, I've seen it happen before. You know what I mean? Where people go on the property and they come out differently. What's that? Come here. That's what I was talking about. I know you got some interesting stuff over there, Christy. Like, oh man, I need to call your husband today too, right? After this, tell him I'll give him a call. We can set up that interview. Um, but yeah, no, like I mean, I remember when I was a kid. My dad, he was a pastor, and he's an evangelist actually. So we would travel. I was in Ohio, and our house used to be haunted. He was sitting there in the kitchen talking to my mom, and my mom walks in and says, "Who are you talking to?" She turns on the light, and he's like, "Well, I was talking to you." He goes, "No," and there would be like mice coming up from the floor underneath the sofa, knowing that there's no hole or anything. My mom used to have like dolls turn to my dad because he used to have an office in there because the church used to be right next door to the house, and that church used to be haunted too. I mean, we didn't know none of that. My dad was just like, after that, I think he kind of like believed in the paranormal a little bit, because we see some crazy stuff, man. My mom would say, "If you guys go to sleep, or else, it was Viejito Morales gonna get you, with a guy in the bag or whatever." And one night I didn't want to listen to my mom, and I seen this hand like with claws, like I swear to God, man, just come around like the doorway. I never talk about that, but now I'm talking about it now. But you never know what kind of freaky stuff happened in that house. You know what I mean? It could be imagination, but you know what? You never know. I mean, that's why you don't mess around with spirits. I mean, you don't have to be a demon or anything. It could just be a spirit that is having a hard time right now, going through their own issues. Yeah, it's creepy, Diane. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. And they
Oh,
tell, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just talking while you were gone.
Mhm.
What do you think about evil spirits? Like, sort of like everybody says demon this, demon that, demon this. Could it be a spirit that's really hurting, but trying to get
It
its
could
way to
be, but
talk?
I tread lightly with that because I'll give you a story.
Okay.
Back when I was about 20, 19, no, that's a lie, 20 or 22. Um, they I had something traumatic happen to me. I'm not gonna talk about it, but it affected me. It took away my soul, and I wanted to seek revenge. So what I did was really stupid. I lit up. My parents were gone, whatever. They were out somewhere. I did something I should have. I was trying to do a spell, a revenge spell. I
Mhm.
wrote down a little thing. Had candles, the whole setup. I burnt it. Yeah, just let's say 12 years of bad luck, and it took me 12 years to get out of it. And I can tell the difference because they will literally tell you you're not good enough, stuff like that, and drive you deeper
Mhm.
and deeper into depression. And it took me 12 years to get out of it, and I did.
Wow.
So
So were those voices in your head, or it was just like you
no,
heard
it was like in my dreams.
on your dreams? Okay. Okay.
There would be chanting in my dream,
Mhm.
like I was doing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Were you ever like in like I don't know, like in the weird witchcraft sort of like stuff? Like, did you ever
mm-hmm,
practice that
dark stuff, dark magic.
dark
I
magic?
played
Yeah.
with, and I didn't know what I was doing. I got burnt.
Now, what's the difference between Wicca and dark magic?
The satanic and Wicca are different. Wicca is more earthy based, but I'm still trying to learn the difference because I have friends who are Wiccan or whatever. So there's a lot of confusion between the two.
Mhm.
So and even though I'm still trying to learn it, so I'm not doing it, but I like to read up on it. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Well, it's sort of like a hobby, sort of like. But then when you get in the hobby, it turns into a realistic thing. Like, because let's say someone gets your magic and be like, "Man, I want to get that motherfucker back." You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
I mean, like, I mean, is it like a spell where you read and like you like read different like paragraphs and everything, and you get like candles and everything, you light
I
them
don't
up?
mess with spells and that shit
Okay,
anymore.
I was
I'm
just
just like,
wondering.
nope.
I was just wondering because I know you were telling me about um
There's certain candles you're supposed to have. There's certain stones you're supposed to have. There's certain,
okay,
uh,
Mary, have a good time. I mean, have a good day. Sorry.
yeah. Um, but thank you, Luna. So yeah, there's specific different candles and different spells mean different things for different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Now, well, what's the difference between a black candle and a white candle?
oh, I have no idea.
Like, well, man,
I have
because
no idea.
I mean, it's because my ex used to be a Wiccan, and
Mhm.
she used the black candle, the white candle, and I'm like, what the hell were you doing? Like, the house. I would go in there and everything would be all dark and everything. I was like, what the hell? Like, I
Mhm.
mean, what the hell are you doing? And she used to just wear all these, all these rings and everything else. I'm just like, what the hell?
Mhm.
So what do you think about what do you think about graveyards?
I did an investigation at Ellen Lorraine's graveyard, and I did a nighttime investigation with my good friend Jenny and John. Um, so it's eerie, say the least.
It's all about
It's
your
all about you.
intentions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
With that, I know a lot of people like leave coins and stuff like that, and I guess for respect, I guess. Is it because to ground the spirits, or is it just because it's what we
I,
do now these days? I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, I feel like it's more like a respect kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're dead, you want somebody to respect you, you know.
Mm.
But like for example, my grandfather, we used to leave little things on his grave, but then again, people would steal it and whatever. But it's weird because last time I was down there in Connecticut, we visited my pop-up grave. We found this like really weird looking buckle with like a
Mm-hmm.
bicycle on it. It
Mm-hmm.
looked really old, and Mom had picked it up, and she was like, "Where the hell did this come from?" I was like, "I don't know."
Wow. Um, you find old things. Let's get to um attachments, like kind of like haunted objects and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like you find something like that in the ground. I mean, I wonder if
But
you
why
feel the
leave it? I
energy.
don't want anything to do with it.
Okay, let's
Like,
say let's just let's give an example. Okay, let's say you find something, right? Let's say I know they say don't ever take anything from a location, because it could be bad juju on it or anything. So
mhm,
let's just give an example. Let's say you go on a property, right? And let's say you find a doll, right?
mhm.
And let's say you take it home, and let's say weird stuff starts happening in the house. How would you find a way to um, take that kind of like juju out of that doll, or maybe get rid of it so it doesn't affect your life.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I have somebody in my life that has a lot of dolls, and some of them are haunted. But I don't know. I don't like dolls and do all that stuff. If I like, I don't like if I were to
Wow.
go to a antique store. I don't pick anything up. I don't buy anything from bring it to my house. I'm not a little scared of dolls.
Yeah.
You know,
Have you ever? I know you got some woods in the back of your house. We are
Mhm.
talking the other day. Can you tell me a little bit about your woods? I know that you like going out there, and you know, have you ever experienced anything in those woods?
Mhm. Um, Actually, I did a solo investigation in the woods by myself.
Oh, how did that
Um,
go?
but it wasn't far in. It was close enough to my house, but
Yeah, yeah. Be
I was
careful.
with my dog.
Yeah.
And my mom, um, had told me that I she believed that there's a old Indian trail because she did a little research. I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? That would make a lot of sense because I see things down here sometimes in my basement at night, and it freaks me the hell out. And but I don't feel threatened. I just feel like ever see Bigfoot. No, but here's the interesting thing. Over here in Massachusetts, we have something called the Bridgewater Triangle, and
Mhm.
there's sightings of UFOs, Bigfoot, paranormal, um, monsters, sort of thing. Um,
Fairies. I
it,
mean, I'm being serious. Like, I mean, you see some crazy stuff out there if you really
mhm.
look.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like now with the way the world is today, there's a lot more unexplained occurrences happening.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I agree.
you know,
I mean,
and
like,
my senses are heightened now, like
yeah, they
10
are.
times as when I was younger. Now it's coming back to me, and I'm like, oh. And I was terrified when I was a little girl. I was absolutely terrified. I used to be scared of the dark until I was 23.
Yeah.
I
At
used to sleep with a light on. You know,
$5 $6, Kid Spirit House plays with my cats. Wow.
Wow.
That's interesting. I love clowns too. I don't know about clowns. Like, I mean,
She's a sweetheart. She's a really dear friend of mine.
yeah, right.
She only said that because she wants to scare me. So,
Oh man. Like I mean, I don't think I could ever do like. Oh man, like my mom was telling you about those dolls. When my dad was a Pentecostal pastor, I was telling when you left. They were like tall, like this, like a human, and I don't think I could ever have anything like that, man. I mean, especially clowns. Oh hell no, like.
Mhm.
Um, have you ever tried dowsing rods?
No, but I'm gonna try it. So.
Yeah, hers is interesting. I couldn't do it. I just.
I also like doing it old school too. If you give me like, for some reason, I get more responses. Like, if I have a flame or something, I know my energy's strong enough. But if I'm like spirits will, I've done it before. Spirits will let me know and give me answers and stuff for the flame. It's the weirdest shit ever. So.
Yeah. Have you ever like let's say have you ever used like cat balls or sort of like
Oh yeah, I
EMP
just
pump
press
and
them.
stuff like that?
I just press them. Hold on.
There you go. Look at that. Shoot, I'm on the road. Nah, just kidding. I have 2 Bigfoot in my house, Jason's son. Okay, well, I'm a Bigfoot too. You know what I mean? Well, a Smallfoot. You know what I
I
mean?
just bought these. Hey Maria, I got them. There we
Look at
go.
that.
Yep, I got 3 too. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I have motion sensor balls, and she starts laughing like balls. I'm like, really,
Wow.
Mom?
Wow, man.
Yep. There we go.
I know you're saying that you're telling me that you're in the process of writing a book and you like horses as well. Can you let us know about your hobbies?
Yeah. I ride horses as well. I'm a wannabe cowboy. Uh, so,
Okay.
but yeah, I ride horses, Western style. I like, you know, I'm writing a book. Should be edited by the end of October. Hopefully it'll be published by next year. Yeah, sure.
Is it about your experiences in the book?
No, it's a story about my life growing up.
Okay.
Pretty much. And, like, there's a little bit of paranormal in there too, because that's part of who I am. I've had it, but I didn't really dive into it too much. But I am thinking about having another book, another story, more kind of like paranormal or sci-fi or something like that. So,
Yeah, that sounds
I
good.
do have a really good imagination, especially when I was growing up. I was one of those child that had an imaginary friend and, like, play army in my backyard, and I was a soldier.
Wow.
Whatever. And one time,
you need a weight book.
huh?
Is it Eli? You need a weight book. You mean a lose weight book? I think I need that. Oh shit!
What?
Yeah,
Hey,
no, she didn't say that. What's up, Wolf and Hound? What's going on? Thanks for coming. Stupid autocorrect. You know what I meant. I know what you mean. It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever? So have you ever like let's say you're okay, because I know a lot of people like me. Sometimes it happens where you're laying in bed. Have you ever a feeling where something sits down in your bed? You know what I mean with you? Like
they like to touch my leg a lot. They like to for some reason I'll feel like a hand on my leg like really quickly, and I jump up. It's happened before. It's happened. So.
How about what do you call that? Where you're being held down? Like what's it called? Like what is that? So like like you can't breathe and you feel like someone's on top of you, holding you down, having you like
What is that? What's that?
um damn it someone help me out in the chat. What is it? But whatever. So like, it's been a couple.
Yeah,
nights
I know what
where,
you mean. I know what you mean. I don't know what it is.
Sleep
I don't
paralysis.
have a name.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep
Yeah.
paralysis. There you go.
God, that's scary,
Sleep
man.
paralysis.
No, one time I woke up and like there was this like I could see a face. Like it was just like it was not a face, but it was sort of like translucent. And I was like, "What?" I went back to bed. I'm like, that stuff don't scare me, you know. Like, I mean, like nothing scares me, or they do. Well, yeah, okay.
Don't say that they don't scare you. That's when they come out and they're gonna scare you.
Exactly. No, I was talking to one of my good friends one time, and like, I had this. Well, this is when I got back. When I got her back from the hospital, I put a little light or whatever so I can get up and everything. And they were talking about haunted dolls or something, and the light broke. Like, it just turned off on me, and it don't work anymore. You know, it's one of those night light blinking thingies. You know, and I was just like, it still doesn't. Like it just messed up, and then like it just had a weird smell in my room. I had to open the door just to air out the energy because it was so bad. And I was like, dude, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I was like, because I guess they didn't like what he was talking about. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, with stuff like that, you got to be careful, man, because, I mean, especially people like that. Some people are just like too into the paranormal where they're actually giving the bad vibe to you, just so they can not have that anymore. That's how I felt that happened to me. No, I don't want that kind of attachment. Like, have you ever been scratched or had attachment?
No, thank God, no. But when I was a kid, though, I would get like odd bruises on my leg. My parents never hit me, but like I don't know, weird. But then again, I bruise easily, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man. A lot of people
I
do.
move really easily.
When you think about you're in bed and like you hit yourself and you're like, what the hell is that? Oh no, I had a weird dream last night. I was thinking, because in my dream, someone was telling me, man, that'll be messed up if your chair moved. But when I was asleep, my room was positioned differently, and I seen a chair move on its own. I was like, what the hell? Like, freak me out. What's up, Shelly?
Yeah.
Shelly?
Hey, Shelly.
I mean, dude, I would freak out if like my walker or like my chair just moves up to me. I would have been like, does that ever happen in real life where something moves in front of you? Have you ever experienced something like that?
Oh, wait. Yeah. Speaking of which, I was in the store. I was in, what is it called? Home Goods.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a, how do I explain it? Do you have Home Goods where you are?
No, we don't. We have HEB and Walmart and some Randall's.
No, like it's more of like a like import. Like I don't know how to. It's like kitchen, bath, and all that stuff. So,
yeah. Just Home and Body, or what was it?
Home and Body.
Body. Oh yeah, we go ahead.
Yeah. It's like kind of like a Pier 1 influence or something like
I know
that.
what you mean.
Yeah. And so I was walking in front of my mom, and I was walking around, and at that time they had this one section of toys, of like kid toys, and there was this horse rocking chair, kind of thing. And I look over, I'm looking at it, starts moving right in front of me by itself. And I turned around, Mom, get over here. It's like, what? And it comes over, Mom, it's moving by itself. I was like, I did not touch it. It just literally started moving on its own. And then it stopped right in front of me. We're looking, and we asked, it's funny because we asked the front desk person, we were like, cashier, and we're like, is the place haunted? We just saw that move by itself. The very next week, it was gone. Everything was gone. Everything was
Wow.
rearranged, and they got rid of it. I was like, it's not a bad thing.
Wow.
So,
Well, Tammy, if you want, I'm sorry for interrupting you. You can go down to my description and my Twitter links there, or you can send us to Jax, because she's my co-host and stuff like that. I'm hers too. So you can send
oh,
it
we
to her.
have that here too, Diana. Hobby Lobby. We have that here.
Oh yeah, we got a Hobby Lobby too, man.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Like, but
It moves on its own. Like I was
know.
looking around, and it was just going back and forth, and I was just standing there like, did that just happen? I just turned around and got my mom. I was like, Mom, you gotta see this.
Tammy, I'm sorry, Tammy, you might have to friend us on Twitter, and then we can message you.
Yeah, they find each other back. I
Yeah.
I have that too. Like I'll tell my friends, be like, follow me back so I can.
Yeah, because you can't text unless you.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but I'm just letting you know. So I really want to see that photo. You know, I can share it right now if you want it when you get it. Do you have any on your video? I know you done a lot of investigations, stuff like that. Have you ever done any churches or?
No, not yet. I
Man,
want
that's
to.
interesting, man. Because you
That'd
think
be
about that
cool.
energy, dude, in the church.
Mhm.
Like back then, they
Oh,
use it
yeah.
for a safe place to go. You know, for
Mm.
sanctuary. I mean, but what I don't understand is like why spirits die at a church knowing it's just supposed to be for sanctuary. Like you go in there, you can smell the old church smell. I mean, there's Bibles left over. There's stainless steel windows, and I mean, there's everything, but except that one spirit that is attached to that place, or it or she died there. I just don't get it. Shelly, churches here in UK are great. Yeah, I seen that. I know that already. I follow you both on Twitter. I gotta look on Twitter. Hold on a second. Can you tell what stuff have you? Okay, what's your main topic? What's your main top place you want to go to, in a haunted area?
I love to travel. Anybody that knows me, I love to travel. If I had the money, I would go all over Europe and just like go to all the cool haunted places. Yeah, and yeah, just like Europe and stuff. You know, say hi to my ancestors in Ireland. Yeah, are you frozen?
Oh no, I'm trying to look for
Uh,
your tweet.
But yeah, I definitely want to go to like Europe, and anybody that knows me, I just really want to go to Ireland and travel and see all the cool places.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. Like, I mean, oh my god, you know, like just to feel the energy of the place, just to feel that place. They had their Thanksgivings, their Christmas, their the birthdays. You know, like they're going into their kitchen and seeing like just seeing the stains of food. I'm not saying that a bash where they're throwing food against the wall, but imagine all like the smells of the food attached to the walls, or people's pipes that they smoke, the tobacco that's stuck in the wall. Like it's amazing, man. And let's say you go on the wall and you take it out and you're like, damn, this is 100-year-old.
I love history. Anybody that knows me, I love history. I just it's amazing to me how people used to live, especially over in Ireland and all that area. I love learning more about medieval times and castles. Oh my god, I would love to explore a castle.
Read your private chat on.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. But me too. Jack said, she goes, I love history too. I'm a big nerd. I am too. Like when it comes down to like places that families live in, and you're like, damn, like especially apartments. You never know Like they might fix it up and look good and everything, but you don't know who's died in that bed. Like my
Right.
mom had bought this bed from a person that don't use it anymore. It's brand new, and I'm like, I don't know who died in this bed. I don't know who, like, I mean, sometimes when I'm rolling over, like, it feels like someone's there with me, like, sometimes.
Mhm.
And it freaks me out sometimes. I'm just like, what the hell? Maybe it's just my senses that when I came back, like, it enhanced. I don't know. But there's times I'm overlooking at the same spot over here all the time. I mean, and I wake up at 3 o'clock in the
Okay.
morning every time. I don't know.
I always wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock. I
Yeah, me
don't
too.
know, for the love of God, my whole life. It's like, and it doesn't matter how late I stay up either. I was like, okay, well, all right, somebody's trying to tell me something. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta use the bathroom. I was like, use the. Okay, no, freak me out. Okay. Yesterday we were doing that investigation with Hawk at his friend's place, and
Uh-huh.
I went to use the bathroom and everything, and all of a sudden I hear something like jiggle or something out there in the living room. Everybody's asleep, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I kind of ignored it because I really don't get scared of anything that anymore. Because I already seen enough stuff already as it is. But that kind of got like weird cackling, sort of like is weird. Like I was just like, what the
Yeah.
hell is that? I mean, it could have been anything. Like to be honest, it could be the mice in your ceiling. It could be a raccoon in your basement, or I mean, it could be anything. But are you gonna go look for a raccoon? Are you gonna go look for a possum? No. I mean, of course. I mean, are you gonna try to communicate with it? Who knows? I mean, that's up to you guys. To me, I'm just gonna write it off as it was just a raccoon or something. But if it starts talking, then yeah, I'll probably download an app and be like, hey, who is this? In all respect. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you gotta consider
Yep.
the
I am
possibility.
not allowed. I am not allowed to pull out a spirit box in my house at all because my family doesn't want me opening something up and it comes out.
Yeah.
Like they're like, Patty, you don't know what you're bringing in, so don't bring it here. I'm like, all right, well, but
Okay,
one of
Tammy.
my favorite
Thank you.
towns I love to go is Salem. My sister lives about Salem, Massachusetts, where the infamous, famous witch trial happened. So the energy there is like, I don't know how to explain it, but you feel an energy in Salem. And I remember when I was with a old friend of mine at the time. We were in the parking space. And so I was going down the steps, going around the guardrail to go down. I saw a woman, plain as day, in the corner of my eye, in white and black, long, dark hair, and just sitting like this on the steps. And I was gonna go, oh, excuse me, she wasn't there. I
Yeah.
turned around to my buddy at the time. I was like, dude, did you see that? He's like, no, what are you talking about? I don't know. He thought I was crazy. And I was like, no, dude, I literally saw a person.
Wow.
And it's also weird because I have seen orbs. Plain as day right in front of me. I have seen somebody. Wait, hold on. I gotta see. Hold on.
I got the pictures.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, so I um I have seen the bottom of somebody's feet when nobody's there, long flowing dress just walking by me. So yeah. So if the spirits want to make themselves known, they'll make themselves known. It is weird because I get it more when it's by myself.
Yeah.
I've also had this ring right here. I had it, this cloud ring, my iris ring. I've had this ring disappear by itself. I put it away in my bedroom, at the top of my dresser. I couldn't find it for months. Randomly shows up in the dining room.
Wow.
Randomly.
Wow.
And it's in the drawer. I never put it in the drawer. Mom goes, "Where the hell did this come from?" We were like, "I have no clue." It just randomly popped up. Like, it goes like the misplaced things. It is the weirdest thing ever. And I'm like, what the hell? So.
Do you believe in orbs? I know you're talking about a second ago.
I just told you I'd seen.
Yeah, like, because, well, I know that, but, like, I know a lot of people, they say they have, like, they, like, see faces in them and everything. In different colors in the orbs. What do you think about that?
I don't see the... Huh?
What do you think about that when they see faces and stuff?
I don't know about all that, because if it's, like, the orbs I see are, like, balls of light, literally.
Lightning.
I don't see your face, unless, like, it's on camera and it can matrix on the camera a little bit too.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, let's say you're at a graveyard or whatever, and you capture a spirit at like 5:55, whatever on the video? Do you think that spirit can manipulate the camera and take off, and you have no evidence of that spirit there?
I don't know. I've had experiences where orbs and stuff won't come up in my camera in the pictures until much later, until we look at it and flip through it like, oh, where does that come from? You know?
Yeah. Well, because me and Hawk, you know who Hawk is? He's a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
He did a video. We stood up all night and we seen like a nurse with the gown and everything else, and we timestamped it and it's not there anymore. And we went through it all night and we couldn't see it anymore. Only at that timestamp. But I mean, that's why I was just wondering, can it manipulate and just take it away?
Probably. I mean, it's ghosts and spirits like technology, apparently, and they like to mess around with technology. For instance, I did an investigation with Jenny, and her camera and phone and everything was malfunctioning.
Yeah.
You can see it in my previous video, but they can manipulate things if they really wanted to. So.
Yeah. I just thought once you take a picture of something just like yourself, I mean, it's there, forget it. That's what I just thought. Have you ever sometimes had this feeling where, like, I mean, I know that, you're a little bit deaf and everything else, but have you ever had this feeling where, how you're probably in an airplane, I don't know if you ever drove an airplane, but like, and it's like it's like a suction feeling in your ears. Have you ever had that in your house or something? Like a spirit try to communicate with you like that?
They like to no, but they like to wake me up in the dead of sleep, calling my name. I don't, like, somebody said one time, I said it to somebody, and they were like, oh, it's demonic. I'm like, no, it's not demonic. I don't feel threatened. It just, sometimes I feel like it's my mom thinking it, or my dad, something like that,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird. But I don't think it's demonic, though. I've had it my whole life.
Yeah.
Kind of like the spirits are telling me something, and they have to say my name and wake me up.
Yeah. I know a lot of people experience like sheets being pulled off of them, um, or doors slamming, or or probably like I told you, levitation and stuff like that. What do you
I'm
think
not sure
about?
about levitation though.
What do you think about that? Like, I mean, with
I
poltergeist,
don't believe in levitation. I don't.
I haven't seen that honestly.
No, me neither.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, I have my own paranormal things my whole life. Never once have I levitated
I never
or
have.
seen
No.
anybody levitate. I think that's more movie stuff and Hollywood,
Yeah, yeah, I agree with
I don't
that.
think that.
I agree. Now,
I
I
mean, that'd
mean,
be so cool if that really happened.
can you imagine that levitating in the air and you're like, whoa,
It's
like,
like, oh,
is
wow,
it
really?
possible? Is it possible? It could be. I don't know. I
Uh,
mean,
nobody in the history yet.
possessions. How about possessions? Like,
That I do believe. In the Catholic faith, we do believe in possession. Uh, yeah. So
now, I mean, I know the Catholic Church always does some. They sometimes get involved with stuff like that. Now that's a whole different paranormal um
yeah,
thing going on there.
yeah.
Like I never witnessed it, I never seen it, but I mean, I talked to some people that said they did it, but I'm not
I
going to go
I
on
can
there.
yeah. I definitely know when something's attached to somebody or inside somebody
Mm,
because it's like the freak. I'm not gonna name names, but it's like the freakiest thing that the face changes
mm,
and everything. Like I know, I can see it. I usually see it in the eyes, like something's wrong. You know.
yeah.
So
Let me see. Um,
mm.
when I'm just reading the countdown, they had a question for you. Um, it's amazing. Have you ever been like to forts and stuff like that, or?
No, actually, wait. Yes, I have. Yes, I have actually. I've been to one in Charlotte, South Carolina, I believe. I've been there. I've been to Gettysburg with my family on a trip. That's a heavy, heavy feeling, man.
Oh,
Heavy feeling. Yeah.
hey, Seven
Number
Souls,
souls. Hey, Bambi.
what's going
How you
on?
doing, girl? Um. So yeah, that was interesting. Like, I've been to other um, um, Civil War battlefields and stuff, but
Mm.
that was on a whole nother level. And I went to something called the Devil's Den, or whatever it was called,
Oh yeah.
and no, I did not have a good feeling. I was taking a nap in my mom's car because I was tired. We just drove a long way. I felt like somebody was at the window watching me sleep.
Oh wow.
It was weird.
Tell me a little bit about that experience. Like, how did you feel about that?
Um, Not pleasant. I woke up and I got out of the car and I was like, Mom. So
Right.
I was young, so yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
still
man.
used to that.
Oh man, I had one experience before where, my dad, like I said, my dad was a evangelist. He would travel and such. And
Mm.
I remember I was in the car, and like I would see this like small looking demon pop up at the back of the window, and such, and that would freak me out. I mean, just in case you guys don't know Patty Adventures, I put out her
Yeah,
link on YouTube. I'll probably end this in 10 minutes, guys. So I mean, um, if you want to share a channel and such, we can do that right now. And
mhm.
because I'm on a free thing. I'm about to pay for it next month. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, but so what are some what's as an investigator? what are some different? I mean, what makes you different than any other investigator out there?
I'm partially deaf and I'm partially blind.
I know, right? No.
Oh, like, how did? Yeah, and I
Right.
have disabilities, and
Makes
I
sense.
also am a firm believer. If you have disabilities, your senses are more heightened.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But I do. Okay, for instance, in the dark, I
Mm-hmm.
can't see very well in the dark. So if I'm with a friend of mine, like for instance Jenny from Jenny Love Paranormal,
Mm-hmm.
I would hold on to her as we're investigating.
Yeah.
And I do have balance issues, so it's more of a sight and balance kind of thing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
even though I can't see well, hear well, I'm still gonna go out there. I'm still gonna have fun. I'm still gonna film. Um,
Yeah, but your senses is heightened though. It has to because I mean, I know you get the disability, but it's height. It has to be heightened. You know, like with your hearing
yeah,
and your
yeah.
sight. Okay, I remember you guys did that investigation, in that house. It was
Mhm.
interesting. I seen all of it. Like, how does it feel touching all that old stuff, like the dress
It
and
was cool.
everything?
It was cool, and some of the stuff reminded me of my great grandmother. There was a shell in there
Mm-hmm.
that burnt in a fire in my nana's fire, but there was a chair in there, and I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god, looks like my grandmother's chair, old chair." And it was interesting because, in a way, it caught some of the stuff that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of my great grandmother. It was like, oh, and it's interesting. I miss having her around because Nana, yeah, Nana, my great grandmother, she used to tell me stories and all that sort of thing. And this is her chair, actually. Um, before she died, she wanted to give it to me because she was a tiny person like I am. So
Mm-hmm.
she's like, she'll fit in that. Yeah. So,
Do you get any energy from her, like in that chair?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You want to tell
mm-hmm.
us a little bit about that, or?
Um, it's a nice, comforted feeling, you know. And I bring it with me when I move out. My old place.
Yeah.
I would have this here, and it's an old chair. And I remember uh, some friends of mine were having a couple of beers, and my friend is like literally about to break my chair. And I was like, get off of that, And I'm thinking to
Mm.
myself, my nana would be pissed if this chair was broken.
Ooh,
Yeah. So
that is wild. Wow.
sometimes it's weird because I'm a lot like my great grandmother.
Mhm.
Um, Stuff just flies out of her mouth sometimes.
Wow.
She tells it like it is, right there. So,
Right. Like, yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting. Like, if you go to like to Tudor times and everything, or we go look in this old house and there's the furniture left behind and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah.
have you ever went into a property and like the people's furnitures are still there and pictures and stuff
Uh,
like that,
no, not
calendars?
yet. Not yet. I haven't been to any abandoned places yet, but I would like to. Matter of fact, COVID pandemic makes it difficult for me to go anywhere. So,
Yeah, it's pretty bad out there. You know, like and
mhm.
and like you said, like man, there's so many people that died. I mean, imagine the spirits that are on this earth. It's like that you're gonna bump into them. You know, you never know. Like one time I was in the pool, I was doing the hydrotherapy pool. I swear someone shoved me in that pool. Like I'm like, what the hell? Like I mean, like what was that? Like you never know, man, what's out there. You know, but. But guys, I'm gonna go to end this, guys. Thanks for coming up, Patty.
Yeah, thank
If
you.
you want to share your channel again, it'd be cool. I already put the link out. Um,
Yeah.
I know you're doing sort of like an interview with Matt,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's
Thursday.
not like an interview, but like he's going to be coming up to my panel, and we're going to talk about um, cryptids and urban legends and such. So it should be fun.
I'll be
Something
there
a
to
little
watch.
different.
Watch. Well,
I mean-
guys, thanks for coming up. I appreciate it. And thanks everybody in the chat for supporting me and stuff like that on my channel.
Yeah.
I did have an old channel. I'm trying to get it back, but if not, I'll stick with this one and see what happens. Remember, guys, thank you for believing in my journey.
Thank you, everybody.
and
Thank you for
letting
coming.
and for you, thank you for letting me be part of yours. So just want to say, stay safe and be positive, and things will happen in great. Things will happen the way you want it to happen. So God bless you.